And I'm Dee.
We're two divorced.
Well, I'm still separated.
Okay. Working parents.
We talk about all the things you get to deal with when your marriage ends, like
Co-parenting.
dating,
Running a household all by yourself.
how early is too early for a good hard drink,
Or a glass of wine. And how do you keep it all together after everything fell apart?
This is
Demarried Life. I'm Erin.
I'm Dee.
And we are taking Dee onto Bumble for the first time. Dee, when was the last time you were on a first date?
Oh God, it's been at least 10 years.
10 years.
BA, before apps.
Before apps, right? So here's the difference. You and your partner met in the real world, right?
We sure did.
Yeah. See, whereas I actually met on a dating site, hence site, not app, way back in 2004. So I thought when I became single again that I would be all savvy and that everything would be just fine.
Well, you totally are.
I am now, but it's taken me 3 years and I'm still single as fuck. So what? How I became the guru of all this is beyond me.
And why your wine is out of reach is beyond
I know.
me.
Hold on. You got to talk because I got to grab my wine.
All right, so I'll just take the floor here while Erin's reaching for her wine. Speaking of the floor, we're currently sitting on the floor.
We're literally on the floor
of the baby nursery. Someone sleeping in the next room. We've got four.
No, there's
kids,
4 children.
Four
downstairs.
children downstairs.
We lost count. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, baby in the next room. That makes 5. Yeah,
5. We have 5 kids between us.
Yeah, and we're just taking our maiden voyage here in podcast world.
So I thought it was time for Dee to experience the Bumble world. I would never put her on Tinder right away because that would just be cruel and unusual punishment.
That app scares me, I think.
It's terrifying. I've been there and I shall never speak of it again. Terrible. But Bumble is a safer alternative, still has its own ups and downs. So
let's talk about those.
The ups and downs. Oh, so many. Well, here's the thing. With a dating app, right? There's no prerequisite for people that go on it. There's no buffer. Anyone has done any sort of
barrier to entry.
There's no barrier to entry. It's basically if you can take a half-assed, not even in focus photo of yourself, or really anyone, you could slap anything up there. If you can get a photo onto the app, you are qualified to be dating, and that is terrifying.
You do need a phone, though.
You need a phone. You need a phone.
That does eliminate.
You know what? I feel like just about anyone can get a phone these days, based on some of the dates that I've had.
Sometimes the more phones you have at one time, the lower caliber.
Yeah, and if they still have a pager, that's a really, really bad sign. Anyway, so Dee had to put together a profile for the first time. And because I'm such an expert, I've been separated for 3 years. I am the expert, still single, but I've had many a dally on the Bumble system. I'm currently off Bumble. So I'm sacrificing Dee to the wolves, putting her on Bumble. So some of the things, what were you feeling when you were putting your first profile together?
Well, I was really anxious for one thing. I don't know. It sort of feels like selling yourself. It's like a resume, only like a lot more.
Yeah, personal.
So sort of like you want to put your best face forward, but then you kind of have like, obviously being a mom, I've got kids. So do I like front load that and just come right out of the
start
gate
with it? I am a mother
with the mom thing.
Yeah.
Or do I sort of bury the lead a little, which is what I ended up doing about 3 sentences in.
Yeah. You kind of stuffed it in near the end.
Did.
Oh, by the way. And you said the number, you said the count, 3 kids, but you didn't say the ages. So that's okay. That's fine. If they want to know more, they can
there
ask.
was a reason for that.
Yeah. What I love, you'll see this. We're going to go on to Dee's profile and see what kind of matches she's gotten. A lot of them don't even read the profile. So they'll be like chatting with you and all of a sudden they're like, what? Oh, you have kids? It's like, dude, it was right there.
Right there.
It was right there. So here's the thing. So when we were talking about photos, Dee and I were going through what kind of photos does she need to have up there? And it was interesting because I find Dee is very photogenic, but choosing the right photo that truly expresses who you are is super important. And I love that we're even discussing this because I feel like a guy would just go into the bathroom and kind of point the camera at the mirror and take whatever photo, or at the gym, a lot of gym selfies, and just slap whatever up. But we put a lot of thought into this because we want like pictures that truly, can you hear the kids in the background?
Yeah.
We tried giving them Benadryl. It has not kicked in yet. We got to wait.
Just give it a little more time.
They'll get quiet soon enough. But
They're coming for us.
Is it one of them? Is it mine?
No, they're all moving. They're moving in this direction. I
They're
think we need
getting
to take a
louder.
little break.
They're moving like a mob.
I want to talk just a little bit more about the bio thing, because we talked about front loading the truth about your kids, but then back to how I was feeling.
Yes.
Which was, you want to strike a balance between conveying like a few of the high points of your personality, being genuine. But you don't want to be too like verbose, but you also don't want to like fluff yourself up too much, because you don't want to be like disappointing or somehow misrepresent yourself. Like, am I what I think I am? Or
no matter what you do, you're screwed. Basically, I've had sometimes what I've done. I think I actually one time asked you to write my profile, because I felt that exact thing. You're like, what I say about myself, there's so much about yourself, and to try to condense it down to a little paragraph is like impossible. And I find, I don't know about you, but you show up different ways with different people. Mm-hmm. So you could be super funny with one person, and the next person you're more serious and more sedate. And so it's really hard to try to simplify a human being into a profile. And so that's one of the things where I wonder, can these apps actually really work for the majority of people that are on them? Because it's such a false construct to have these photos that may or may not look like the human being that actually shows up. I've had that happen so many times. Why would you put up a hot photo of yourself and then show up looking completely different and being nothing but a disappointment? It makes zero sense to me, but it happens all the time. So have photos that actually represent yourself as you are, not as you were 10 years ago.
They'll win you over with their charm.
Yeah, right? It's like, well, I got you here now. What else can I lie about? What other bullshit can I throw down your throat?
Okay, so if we're both professional writers and we can't nail the bio, is there any hope for anybody else?
No hope. And that's why you get the dudes that just throw up the one photo, and that's all they need. No profile, one photo, and it must work because they keep doing it.
But you told me that's just for hookups.
It is just for hookups, but I guess that's working for them.
Okay, so I set up this profile last night. I didn't look at the feed or whatever.
I cannot believe that you didn't peek.
Well, you told me not to.
I know, but still, if you told me not to, I still would have done it.
And then I paid the $13 just now so we could preview.
Yeah, it used to be $11 like 2 weeks ago. Now it's $13 for 1 week to get to see who has swiped on you.
So maybe it's just more for single moms.
Yeah,
you're busy. We won't waste your time, but it's going to cost you $2 more to find out who already likes you.
Exactly. But half the fun is like swiping and seeing when you swipe right, which is rare, I find. When you swipe right,
swiping right is when you like someone.
When you like
for
someone.
Neophytes like me.
Yeah, for people the uninitiated.
Yeah.
The sweet innocent people who have not been tormented yet by these apps. You swipe right, and then you get that like bing, match, boom, or whatever it says on there. So we'll see if we get that. We'll have to do that.
Okay, so I'm going to open this, but I'm going to preface this by saying I don't think that this app business is even going to work for me, because like I was telling you, Erin, I don't find anybody attractive that I don't know.
Yes, you need the like context of the whole person.
And it's not even just meeting them. It's like I might know, and this was the same with my ex and all my not many boyfriends before him. I meet someone and it might take months before I look at them and suddenly I see them in a new light.
You're a friends first. You're a friends first.
I'm a friends first. Yeah. So how is this even going to work?
But you know what? There'll be somebody, I bet you, I'm calling it right now. There'll be somebody you swipe on and you're going to say hello.
There's going to be someone here that I already know. And it's going to be embarrassing. Okay, hang on. Okay, so
if you're on there and they're on there, it's equal ground. You're both on there.
Put me in the thing where I see the people that already liked me.
This is the part of the app where you can see who's liked you already. That's
a paid feature.
Okay, wow. Okay. I'm so sorry for making you do this. I'm just taking a little scan. Tell us about your what age range and what limits did you put on the search?
So I don't totally remember. It was all kind of a blur. I was multitasking. I think someone was in the bathtub. One
of the kids was here and the other was there or whatever.
Yeah. I think I set 29 as the low end and then 46 maybe.
And how old are you?
34.
34.
A mature 34.
Yes. Hanging out with almost 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
Dork.
All right. So I'm just going to look at, so this is the beeline. These people would like to meet you. Swipe their photo right to match with them or left to politely pass. Okay, well, I don't know anything about these guys. They all seem fine. Nothing's really screaming psycho at me.
Okay, but first of all, there's the first offender right there. I can see 3 guys in your top photo, the first photo, 3 guys.
Yeah.
Which guy are you? Because you know what? And I'm sorry, this is horrible. It's never the hottest one. It's usually the least
Well,
hot
then
one.
then I know who
Yeah,
it is.
they pad themselves with their hot friends. And it's sad because it's like obviously a lack of confidence or something.
He's got a James Dean pic.
Why are you posting pictures of James Dean? You're not James. Oh, and he's dead.
Believe me, you are not James Dean.
No, swipe that left immediately. That guy's got issues.
Okay.
Be yourself. Okay, so we have been in the like pre-liked section, but this swiping is a little more difficult. So let's go back to general like population. They might like you, they might not like you. It's all very exciting. What's going to happen?
It's thrilling. Okay, so this guy doesn't have a bio, so that means he just wants sex. To hook up.
Just wants sex. Go to Tinder. Bye, buddy.
We know how I feel about that. I couldn't have sex with someone I don't even know.
Come on, people.
Small town of 300 people. That's interesting.
He's from a town of 300 people?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he might be inbred. That happens.
He grew up.
You got to swipe left. That's just not good. If that's the most interesting thing about him, sorry. Bye. Also, I'm
him with goats.
What is that? Oh, there's goats
on his back. Yeah. Okay,
well, that's kind of cute. But oh.
He's someone I know.
We know him. What are we gonna do? This is so interesting.
Awkward.
Do we know him?
Person that you know that you just saw this week, and
okay, stop. So let's treat him like in this context. We don't know him. Look at the profile, look at the photos, and assess it from there.
Okay.
So he's got a good first photo. It doesn't have 3 other guys in it. There's no dead or near dead animals in it. So that's a plus. No strange children.
Yeah. And I know this person. So I know this person is like a legit nice guy. So
we can't know that. We have to look just at the profile.
Okay.
No context. How's the profile, the written profile?
So it's a long fragment that's punctuated with way too many commas.
Is it like poetry? He's not doing poetry, is he?
No, it's just a whole list of things that he likes doing.
Okay. Are they good things? So I feel like every guy in here, it's skiing, hiking.
Yeah, check.
Surfing.
We got hiking.
Snowboarding. Maybe snowboarding instead of skiing. I guess I'm
singing in public.
Singing in public, that's not normal.
Okay.
That's good. But is he like a lead singer guy?
Likes to travel.
Likes to travel. Does he like to travel
I hate
with
traveling.
Children? Yeah. your poor single friend and her kids too. Does that on there?
I don't think we can talk much more about this person without giving them away.
Okay, well I think are you gonna swipe?
I'd say this is an okay profile. I'm gonna swipe the way that is that I don't like them.
Oh, left? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because you have real life access, that's different. What is that guy eating?
He's licking.
He
okay.
What's he?
We've got the oyster liquor.
Oh, he's licking an oyster. No, left. Ew, gross. We know what you're trying to say there, buddy. We're well aware.
Yeah, oyster liquors need not apply.
It's an aphrodisiac, baby.
Okay, so this guy's into caving.
Oh, caving. Is that is that for real or is he being gross?
No, he's in a cave.
He's a spelunker?
No, I see him.
I'm just assuming the worst.
And if you could solve one world problem, it would be animal abuse.
Oh, we like that. Okay.
Like that. We'll save him for you.
But is there only one photo? Oh, that guy's gross. He's been on there forever. Okay. And I know that because
so we call these the frequent. Do we call these the frequent flyers?
Frequent flyers / bye-bye.
And okay.
This is why we're not using my. He is cute, but you know what? I've seen him in real life, and he was really a little creepy. He had that intense, like, I'm watching you and you saw me watching you and now I'm still watching you.
So let's talk about height for a second, because I'm looking at this guy saying he's 180 centimeters and you have been on enough of these Bumble dates to know, are they as tall as they say they are in their profile?
Usually they round up. And by rounding up, I mean like inches. So my soon-to-be ex-husband, he actually, when we met on a profile, I was really ignorant at the time back in my 20s.
Like I am now?
Yeah, like you are now. And I said, I only wanted to date guys 6 feet and up. So that was like a thing on the site. I said 6 feet and up or over. And so we matched and whatever, and we got married, and then we were getting our life insurance. And she measured him and she's like, okay, 5'11". I'm like, oh my God, who are you? You're 5'11"? He's like, yeah, I rounded up because women always want a guy who's 6 feet. And I'm like, how could you? He's like, well, if I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have met. It's like, that's a fair point.
History.
But you lied to me. But yeah, there's a fixation on height, but they definitely round up. And I think they wear their... And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all.
So this guy says he's 5'11". So what is he, like 5'6"?
No, I think he's probably about 5'11", but he's got like another 2 inches of hair on there. So I think he's poofed that up. So you got to get 6'1", 6'1" with the hair.
Okay. So you say that
left. Okay. If you don't swipe him left, this is over.
Bye. You've gone. Okay, so there's this new feature on here since I've I've looked at your Bumble quite a few times, this blue check mark. And at first I thought it was like with Instagram and Twitter where it means you're like a celebrity.
Yeah.
It's like, why are all these
celebrities? It means the
celebrities
same thing. It totally means the same thing on Bumble.
And I figured out that it means you do this sort of facial verification thing where you take a selfie and then some robot verifies that you are who you
Which
say
is
you are.
a great feature. That's actually handy. I don't know that I've ever looked at someone and been, well, he's not verified, I'm not going to swipe on him, but it's still kind of a nice added thing.
This is a nice, okay, so here's what I would call, this is a pretty good solid profile. So first
gross.
pick,
no, that guy, I've talked to him. Gross. No,
but hang on.
Okay, sorry.
I'm critiquing the profile here.
Okay.
Jeez. So there he is with his musical instrument. Yeah. So we know he's a musician.
Yeah.
Couple emojis after his bio to show what he's into.
Yeah, great.
Okay, got it. Nice picture that shows that he's got like pretty cool eyes. Then a picture of him out with a beer having fun.
Okay.
So he has friends. That's always good. Another picture of him with his musical instrument. Yeah. Him partying, looks kind of drunk. Okay, maybe. But not bad.
Not bad.
But you've met him and you can say.
I've talked to him and he's gross.
So that's interesting. So here we go. This is case in point.
You can't trust anything.
Yeah. So he looks totally okay. But what was wrong with him?
I think he's just looking to hook up and that was it. But he was like gross about it.
All right. Okay.
What's that guy? Is he getting married? Is that like his wedding photo?
Also, he looks 12. This is his high school grad picture.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No, he's so young.
Oh dear.
Because that's another thing you have to look out for in here. There are some guys that lie about their age. They lie higher. Oh God, the dead fish.
We've got a double halibut.
It's a fish you caught. Shot. Dead animals.
Those are that is an impressive catch, I have to say.
But you have to be careful because
we've got salmon.
Oh wow.
We got a double halibut,
really
double
into
salmon.
Fishing. Excellent.
Okay.
You do that on your own time, bud.
Also, that there's a lot of those fish pics around where I live because I live near the ocean.
I did not realize how many guys fished until I went online dating, and they all fish apparently. And
there's even less salmon in the waters now since these apps have come out because everybody needs a fish pic.
They're like, dude, we got to go fishing just because I need that fish shot. But apparently, I've talked to some guys about this, and apparently women do it too.
Okay, this one's all in French, so that's a no.
En français, c'est non.
Oh, this guy's sitting on a bunch of bales of hay. He's got a cowboy.
Oh,
he likes.
Does he have a horse? If he has a horse, it's a right for sure.
All in white.
Oh, that's weird. You don't go all in white riding a horse.
What about when someone connects their Instagram and their Instagram is full of pictures of their kids? Because I specifically didn't do that because I've got a ton of kid pics on my Instagram. And this guy, he doesn't have any kid pics on his profile, but he's got his Instagram hooked in and I can see he's got at least 2 cute kids.
Yeah.
But I feel
that's the thing. You got to think about that stuff.
That.
Yeah. No, don't connect it if there's private stuff you shouldn't share. But,
yoga man.
Okay.
Yoga dude.
Yoga man.
So here's what I think about yoga guy.
Yeah.
I think you're
in general.
Yeah. I think you're into yourself like too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to feel like physically not fit enough.
It's like I automatically feel inferior.
I feel like he is trying to qualify me by posting posting that photo as the first photo. It's like, here I am with my chiseled body. I'm doing the whatever sun.
He's gorgeous.
Salutation shit. I don't even know what this is.
If you refer to it as sun salutation shit, you do not date a yogi.
And he's in the sunset.
He is. It's like very constructed image.
So I feel like he's saying, if you don't look as good or better than me,
don't bother.
Not swipe.
Is that what his profile says?
Incidentally, I didn't see him in my beeline, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Okay. Oh, here we go. Kid with an orphan.
Oh,
Kid with an orphan of color.
In like a developing country with
white father. This is the white father. Oh, now here he is with an animal. Okay, so
that's a llama, but it doesn't look drugged.
White guy with the savior complex.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, here he is with a llama. No. Oh God, that's bad.
What is he? Is his head cut off?
Look at the bio. I can't read this because it's gonna like reveal.
Ew.
Gross. That's just not good.
He's looking for girls with daddy issues. That's all you need to know. That's creepy. Issues. Super creepy. But yeah, one thing I learned on here is some guys will lie about their age, but not younger. They'll actually lie older to try to get cougars. Oh, so you're not quite cougarish. You're not as cougary as me at 39, almost 40. But that's one thing that happened. They lie and bump their age up to try to get older ladies.
All right, I respect
looking
that.
for sugar mamas.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy's, we've got like a topless in the snow thing.
Oh, because that's what you do in the snow.
Talking on his cell phone, standing on a pile of rocks.
Oh, Lord. I don't get. Oh, God.
We got that ex-girlfriend
cropped out somebody, cropped out a woman. Oh, she probably loves that. So how are you feeling right now about this whole dating thing? As you look at this is the problem.
My heart is sinking.
It's like a reality check, but it's like surreality because this is not normal. This is a weird way of meeting people.
This guy looks like he's going to punch. He looks like he's going to break the mirror with his fist.
Like he's wearing pantyhose as a shirt. That's not right. On the sunglasses, take your sunglasses off. What are you hiding under there? We can't see your eyes.
This guy says he's 3 feet tall. So what
3
is that?
feet tall. So he took a lot of time putting his profile together.
Yeah.
Well done, sir.
This is a, huh?
Oh, I'm so confused.
I'm so confused. Why is my camera on? There he goes again.
He's got the confused.
He's got his mug. He's holding it up. It's like a perfectly staged.
And you got to be careful. If they smile in every photo without showing their teeth, it means something's wrong. Because I had that happen once. I met a guy who never smiled, like teethy smile in any of his photos. And then I met him and he kept like physically blocking his mouth with his hand or his glass. It was really awkward. I still to this day don't know what he was hiding.
No teeth. That's
it was something was wrong. But it's like, if you're that self-conscious about it, you know, he had a good job. I would assume have some sort of benefits program.
Maybe he had golden teeth and he didn't want you to want him for his money.
Yeah, don't use me for my gold teeth.
Yeah. Okay, this guy's pet peeve is when people pronounce Chipotle wrong. You know what? I agree.
But that's very specific.
Chipotle. That bugs me too.
You know what I heard the other day? Somebody who said, I was overwhelmed. And he said it probably 3 times. I'm overwhelmed.
My espresso was too hot. I was overwhelmed and I paid with Interact.
I basically couldn't focus and I just had to leave after that because it was
anybody would
so much.
No one blames you.
It's not how you say W's. You know, I think the key thing you need to know here is that we're perfect and everybody else is the problem. That's the key bit of information. It's hard. It's hard being this perfect, but you know, we make it work every day.
Oh God. How do I get back to the thing with the people who
she's lost now. She's lost. I'm not going to tell you. You got to figure this shit out on your own.
What if I accidentally swiped someone I didn't?
Okay, let's talk about this. So sometimes when I've been on, my friends have swiped for me and D swiped right on a polyamorist. And I was talking to this guy thinking, oh, he must be good because D swiped him for me. And then I realized I went back and looked at his profile. He's a polyamorist. She had just, which is fine if that's for you. All the fun and organizational relationships that are required to do that, that's fine. I do not want a polyamorist. That's just too complicated. So you can trust your friends, but only so far. What do you got?
I am batch lefting here. I'm just on a
batch lefting. We coined in a term, batch lefting.
I am batch lefting so hard.
It's depressing. It's really depressing. And I'm curious if it's a thing everywhere or if it's here, because we have this thing where we are called Chicktoria, where there's like, I don't know, was it 5, 6, 7 women for every single man in this town. And so the stock is you're back in the pre-likes.
I'm purging my beeline. That sounds so harsh.
I don't want to jinx anything here, but I've noticed the kids have been very quiet.
I wonder what they're doing.
They're downstairs. They're watching a show and they are doing art. And they've been very quiet and I don't want to jinx it, but at the same time, I'm wondering what they're up to.
Okay, so why am I picking up people in Whistler here?
So here's the thing. When you go to the pre-liked stuff that you're paying for there.
They widen the net.
They like put you out there. So people in areas that you have not sought them out are swiping on you. So they've been given this hope. They're like, wow, check her out.
And it's just to sell you the feature. I don't think I like that.
No, and that's the thing. So you get a bunch of guys, it's like, oh my God, he's amazing. And it's like, he lives 200 kilometers away or miles if you're American.
That doesn't seem
It's just a waste of time. I'm like, I'm sorry. Unless you are packing up your shit and moving here right now to town, I don't have time to invest in somebody who lives a ferry or plane ride away. That's not realistic for when you've got kids. It's just not going to happen, especially if they have kids as well.
So have you had a scenario, Erin, where you match with somebody, they didn't really read your bio, they found out then later that you had kids and then they were put off?
Oh yes, I got that. I had a lovely guy send me a message. He's so lovely. What a guy. Mm-hmm. He's still looking. I've seen him on there.
You don't say.
We might see him tonight. We'll see. He said, I actually don't date women with children.
Well, why'd you match me then?
Exactly. So I said, I don't actually date men who aren't into kick-ass women and prejudge them based on the fact whether or not they have children.
Boom.
Bye-bye. And he said, well, we can still meet if you like. I was like, So wait, you're judging me because I have children and you're telling me you're not really into people with children, but you know what? We can meet if you like. No, thanks.
Consolation prize. Nice.
I don't need a bang that bad. Thanks
Can I bring your attention to the Stephen King situation?
Oh my fucking God, there's a terrifying clown. Why would you do that?
That's the clown that crawled out of the sewer in It.
Oh no, wait, I got the heebie-jeebies. Hold on, I gotta shake it off.
Really
Why
creepy.
would you use that?
This is sort of he's going for the like I look like Bradley Cooper sort of thing.
I look like Bradley Cooper if I
feel
wear
like when we dig
sunglasses and have a big hat on.
And then we have this is not Bradley Cooper.
So don't do the close up where you can't actually see your forehead or your chin.
Don't put it on
That's
macro,
too close,
guys.
Too close.
Yeah.
My other favorite is the mugshot-esque look where it's out of focus and it's a little sideways and they are frowning at you. She's too discerning. I feel like your amount of time you're giving per person is higher than the statistical average of swipe speed. I think you have to go back to Gen Pop.
Do I need to?
I feel like you're hiding in the pre-like section because it's like they've already liked me, so I'm not putting myself out there truly.
Okay. Right.
Okay, so she's making faces. I'm trying to describe the faces. It's like watching an old person try to cross the street and there's cars that keep nearly hitting them. That's the kind of face that she's making right now.
In front of one if it keeps up like this.
Yeah, it's well, that's the thing. So you look at this stuff, try to be open-minded, try to take a chance, which is great. That's totally the right approach. But at the same time, it's a little terrifying. It's kind of depressing out there.
Yeah.
So what are we coming up to spring? So spring is when everyone starts coming like out of their houses and starts meeting
buzzing around. This isn't loading very fast.
Maybe they're at the pub right now and they're not, because here's the thing. This is the kind of dating you can do when you're at home with 5 kids on a Saturday night. This is the only dating we have available. Anything else would be wildly inappropriate.
How do we feel about people standing in front of the woolly mammoth at the museum? Because I feel like that comes up more than it should.
A mammoth at the museum, that mammoth scares the shit out of me.
That mammoth sees a lot of action.
I'm not a fan. It's been there way too long. It's creepy. And if going to the local museum is the most interesting thing that you have to share, no thanks.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, okay, so you went to the museum.
Yeah, big deal. Big fucking deal. Again, you're perfect. We do nothing.
I never go to the museum.
I don't like going to that museum because of the mammoth. It gives me the creeps.
It's dark in there.
Well, they have a wind machine on it, so it looks like it's moving.
And there's real ice. Have you ever touched that ice?
Yeah, I touched the ice, and then I realized how close I was to the mammoth. And
remember this guy?
That guy's been on there forever.
God, he's scary looking.
And that's the other thing. I wonder, are these guys actually on there, or did they just abandon their profile and forget about it? And a bunch of the stock of people on these apps is just abandoned stock, but they keep putting it out there because it makes it look like there's more people available.
Well, this guy, I remember this guy. Seeing him on your.
Let me see.
He doesn't like cilantro.
Oh yeah.
He was cute.
Yeah. See, here's the piece. So this is Dee's first adventure on there. I have tried this off and on for 3 years. I'm currently very much off. I have met some interesting people, but for the most part, honestly, it's been really bad. I've had guys get mad at me for not being into them.
That is just so. Well, no, that's so unfair.
You chat, you talk, whatever. You meet in person. It doesn't, as I always say, doesn't click, and then they're angry at you and starting to go off. They've invested so much because you spent all of maybe 2 hours together.
And I've heard from guy friends that goes both ways. That
I'm sure it does.
Do that too.
I'm sure it does. Anyone who has an expectation based on a text conversation, you don't know until you've met in person, because there's just something about that chemistry and that you can get along really well in text, and then in person it just doesn't connect.
You're sorry, man.
Yeah, sorry, it didn't work. No biggie. And this is the thing. It's not even like you've gone out to dinner and done all this crazy stuff. Usually
made
it's just
them pay for it. That's another thing. Okay, so this is a good question. So say I meet up with one of these guys for a date. What are the rules? Am I supposed to do we just split the bill? Do I pay for my own? I feel like I would want to pay for my own.
I pay for I play it by
Like go
ear.
round for round kind of thing. Like I'll get this one and
Yeah. If it's a round for round thing where you can do that, take turns. If it's one thing where you're going to get one bill at the end of the night, I totally see what the vibe of it is. If it's like, we're going to go out again, it's like, okay, I'll get this one, you get the next one kind of thing.
Because I would feel bad for, you got to feel bad for guys who feel like, oh, they're going to be kind of the traditional gentleman.
Totally.
They're going to take you out. They're going to like spend 80, $100 on dinner. And then if there's no click, then, you do 3 or 4 of those a month.
Yeah.
More.
Totally, if I'm not interested, I'm like, check, please. Thank you so much. It's great to meet you. I pay the whole bill and I leave because I don't want any expectation that I owe anyone anything. If they're classy, generally, they'll be like, no, we'll go 50-50.
Right.
But at that point, it's pretty evident that it's not working. And I think for some of them, they're happy to just get off.
Yeah.
Cheap. And I don't care. It's worth it to me to just get out of there.
It kind of absolves you in a way.
Yeah. But I just don't feel like you don't owe the person anything. You can walk away and you still have the rest of your night left to enjoy yourself.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's not a good sound. Oh, God.
I don't know if I can talk about this for too much longer.
What's worse? There can't be worse than the clown. The clown was pretty bad.
None of these people are really speaking to me. I'm sure most of them are really nice, but it's just so hard because I feel like no connection with any of these people. I don't even know like how it. Yeah.
So do you think that's
I just feel
the
bad.
medium, or do you think that's the stage you're at?
I think it's the medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like this before. Not that there were no apps before, but I would never I wasn't one of those people that like go out with my friends and like pick up a guy.
Yeah.
Ever. I was not the girl in my group that ever did that. Not because I was like, thought that I was, like I'm not like a prude or anything, but I just never, met a guy at a club or met a guy out anywhere that I liked. I'd have to know them for like weeks or months first.
Okay. So if the apps don't work for you or maybe even other people like myself, what are the other options? What do we do?
You got to meet someone in the wild, I guess.
So you have to go out there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
I thought this guy's name was Areola. It is not.
Areola.
There's only one letter off. That caught me.
What a great guy. What a great guy. It's real perky, that Areola.
It's the Tommy Lee guy.
Sorry?
It's the Tommy Lee wannabe guy.
Oh, gross.
He's not loading.
Why would you take a photo of yourself when you haven't shot?
Baby monitor.
Baby's awake. Everybody be quiet. Okay, so what's going through your head as you're swiping here? Because I'm sensing it's not going well.
Well, like I said, it's not, it's just so hard to know. It's like impossible to tell anything from a picture and just a few lines. I feel like in some ways, this platform kind of sells people short because I can't be the only one who's like this.
Yep.
Especially women. I don't know, maybe just being a little less visual and like maybe needing to know a little, oh God.
What happened?
Oh, just another person I know.
Oh,
and don't
that's the other problem.
Yeah.
When it's a smaller place, right?
Yeah. Just selling people like me a little short. This isn't working for me because selling anyone short because we're such complex people and you look different, you move a different way and suddenly you look different. And your personality, I've met the most like attractive guys ever who had terrible personalities. They were just terrible humans and it makes them so much less attractive. So without the context of real life interactions, it's hard to know. And it does take a lot of time to invest in first dates, right? And even if it's just a quick coffee or a walk or something like that, it's an investment. It seems like a lot of work and a lot of time. And but I guess all that to say that I was feeling a little kind of self-conscious about the whole like, oh, who's going to want me now? I've had all these kids,
which some could define as baggage. It's not baggage, but some would look at it that way. Yeah,
exactly. Like I know I'd still look pretty good. I mean, I've kept my
good. Give me a break.
Kept myself trim over the years, and I don't think all that different.
You're well preserved.
10 years ago. Yeah, well preserved. Not over the hill just yet. So, but I was just kind of worried that like when people saw the kids thing, that they might be like, ugh, and that like nobody would want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. So in a way, this is a little bit comforting just to know that like, oh, well, there's like, there are people out there who are probably really great. I mean, okay, so say there's 100 guys in this beeline. Yeah. Let's say, 15 of them are like really genuine, solid guys. Yeah. So there are people out there that are like not scared off by the single mom thing and are probably not pedophiles and are probably not just like not reading the bio. Like certainly some of these people have to have read the bio.
Yeah, some of them just swipe because they like your pictures. Mm-hmm. But I think it's comforting to know that they're out there and they see that just because you're a mom, that's not your 100% defining factor. Mm-hmm. You're also a woman first, and you're a human being outside of your role as a mother. And so the fact that they are out there and they are seeking people, and they care about the person, not the person plus the package we have.
Not the baggage, so to speak.
The so-called baggage. If you call it baggage, fuck yourself.
Swipe left.
Go fuck yourself. Go to Tinder.
But yeah, so I think I feel encouraged.
That's good. That's good. You should feel encouraged, but knowing that this probably isn't your path forward. Because for you, if you can't get a good read off a bio and a pictures, then you're going to be spending a lot of time going out for drinks saying, so how many siblings do you have?
Yeah, and honestly,
where did you grow up?
I don't have time for that.
Don't have time. So you got to find another way.
Yeah.
Friends of friends.
This guy's holding an Oscar and a Grammy.
What?
And he has a pug in a pot.
He's going to eat his dog?
I don't understand.
I don't understand what he's going to do. Anyway. But hope.
There's hope.
You too can get a guy who has a Grammy and is putting his dog in a roast.
Oh, God.
Okay, so this is the first time that Dee and I, when we both met, we were actually both married, and now we're both in the process of divorcing. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in the coming months in the single scene, because it was just me for a bit, and now I've got a partner in crime. So it'll be very interesting to see what we find out there.
So stay tuned for more adventures from the life of Erin and Dee.
We got to go put our kids to bed.
Benadryl time.
Bye-bye. I need some of that too. Thank you so much for making the time to listen. We know you have way too much going on.
If you can spare a little more time, though, please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at demarriedlife, or visit us at demarriedlife.com for all of our episodes, articles, and lots of other great ideas for living a post-married life that isn't a total shit show.
See you there.